Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Everyday English Chat. I'm so happy you are here today because we're going to talk about one of the most important secrets to speaking English fluently. Stop translating word by word and start thinking in English using chunks. Maybe right now, when you speak English, you try to translate every single word from your language into English. And then you feel slow, you pause, you lose confidence. Don't worry, you're not alone. Almost every English learner does this at first, but today, I'll show you a better way. By the end of this lesson, you will understand what chunks are, learn why translation is slowing you down, practice easy, natural phrases in English, and start training your brain to think directly in English. Sounds good? Great. Let's warm up. Imagine this. You are in a coffee shop. The barista smiles and asks you, "What would you like to drink?" If you are translating, your brain goes like this. First, you hear the question in English. Second, you translate it into your own language. Third, you think of the answer in your language. Fourth, you try to translate it back into English. That's 4 steps for just one simple answer. No wonder it feels slow. By the time you finish, the barista is already waiting. But if you think in chunks, you don't need to translate. You simply reply, "Can I have a latte, please?" That's it. Smooth, quick, confident. So what are chunks? Chunks are groups of words that we often use together in real life. They are like ready-made pieces of English. Instead of building your sentence word by word, you grab a chunk and use it. For example, "How's it going?" means, "How are you?" "That sounds great" means, "I like your idea." "At the end of the day" means, "Finally," in conclusion. When you learn English in chunks, your brain stops focusing on grammar and translation, and instead, it remembers the pattern. Let's practice together. I will say a chunk. You repeat after me. Ready? "Can I have a coffee, please?" "How's it going?" "That sounds great." "At the end of the day." Good job. Notice something? You didn't need to think about each word. You just repeated the group, the chunk. That's exactly how native speakers think. Now, here's the truth. If you want to be fluent in English, you must stop asking yourself, "How do I translate this?" and instead ask, "What is the chunk for this situation?" Because English fluency is not about knowing every single word. It's about knowing the right chunks at the right time. All right, now that you understand the idea of chunks and why translating slows you down, let's go deeper. In this part, we will explore why translation is a problem, how native speakers think differently, 20 essential daily chunks you can start using today. Real-life dialogues to help you practice. Ready? Let's begin. Why translation is a problem. Think about your brain like a road. When you translate word by word, you are taking the long road. For example, you want to say, "I don't know." But instead of remembering the phrase, you think, "How do I say I? How do I say don't? How do I say no?" You build it piece by piece. That's slow. And sometimes it creates mistakes. Example, in many languages you say, "I have 20 years" when you talk about your age. If you translate word by word into English, you say, "I have 20 years." That sounds strange in English. The correct chunk is, "I am 20 years old." This is why chunks are powerful. They save you from direct translation mistakes. How native speakers think differently. Native speakers don't think about grammar every second. They think in chunks. For example, when you say goodbye, you don't build it like, I will see you later. Instead, you just grab the chunk. See you later. It's automatic. That's the goal for you too. Automatic English. Now, let's practice some of the most useful chunks. These are real phrases you can use every single day. How's it going? Instead of, how are you? Long time no see, when you meet someone after a long time. Greetings. How's it going? Instead of, how are you? Long time no see, when you meet someone after a long time. At the cafe or restaurant. Can I get a coffee, please? I'll have the chicken sandwich. Could we get the bill, please? At work or school. Let's get started. That makes sense. I'll look into it. Keep me posted. Daily life. It's up to you. That's a good point. I don't feel like it. What do you mean? Expressing opinions. I see what you mean. From my point of view, at the end of the day, showing interest. Really? That's interesting. No way. You're kidding. Notice, these are not single words. They are full expressions. If you memorize them as chunks, you will speak faster and sound natural. Let's see how chunks work inside real conversations.
Hi there. What can I get for you?
Can I get a latte, please?
Sure. Anything else?
No, that's all. Thanks. Here you didn't need to translate. You just used the ready-made chunks. Can I get... and that's all. Thanks. Dialogue at work.
Boss, we have a problem with this report.
I'll look into it. Great, keep me posted.
Sure, will do.
See? No grammar stress, just natural chunks. Dialogue with friends.
Do you want to go out tonight? I don't feel like it. Really? Why not?
I'm tired. At the end of the day, I just want to relax.
Very natural. These are exactly how native speakers talk. Now let's train together. I'll say the chunk. You repeat after me. Can I get a coffee, please? I'll look into it. Keep me posted. It's up to you. That makes sense. At the end of the day, great. You're training your mouth, your brain, and your memory to think in English chunks. Remember, every time you use a chunk, you are speaking English like a native. You don't need to know every grammar rule. You don't need to translate, just use the chunk. If you practice every day, little by little, your brain will stop asking, how do I translate this? And instead, it will give you the chunk automatically. That is fluency. Great job so far. You now know what chunks are, why translation slows you down, and you've learned some essential daily phrases. But learning is not enough. To really own these chunks, you need practice. In this section, I'll give you repeat after me drills. Mini dialogues you can join. Real-life role plays. A daily challenge for you to try after this video. Let's go. Repeat after me drills. The goal here is simple. You listen, you repeat. Don't think too much. Don't translate, just copy. Ready? Say it with me. Can I get a coffee, please? I'll look into it. Keep me posted. It's up to you. That makes sense. At the end of the day, excellent. You see, when you repeat chunks many times, your brain stores them like songs. You don't think word by word. You just sing the phrase. Now let's make it more fun. I'll give you short conversations. Sometimes I'll play one person, and you answer with the chunk.
Hi, what would you like?
I'll have the chicken sandwich. Repeat it now. Can you handle this report?
I'll look into it.
Go ahead, say it.
Shall we watch a movie or go for a walk?
It's up to you.
Great job. See? You are not building the sentence. You are not translating. You are just using the chunk.
Hi there, what can I get you?
Can I get a latte, please?
Sure. Anything else?
No, that's all. Thanks.
Okay, that will be $3.
Here you go. See? You just had a natural coffee shop conversation without translating. We need someone to check this data.
I'll look into it.
Great, please keep me updated.
Sure, I'll keep you posted.
Professional English, easy and fluent.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Not bad. Want to grab dinner tonight? That sounds great.
Smooth, natural, friendly. Now, here's your mission. Today, after watching this video, I want you to pick 3 chunks from this lesson. Use them in real life, with a friend, in a message, or even when talking to yourself. Repeat them at least 5 times today. For example, if you choose, it's up to you. That sounds great. Keep me posted. Then during the day, try to say them naturally whenever you can. Maybe your friend asks you what to eat. You say, it's up to you. Someone shares good news. You say, that sounds great. Someone tells you they're working on something. You say, keep me posted. This is how you move from theory to fluency. Don't worry if you feel shy or if you make mistakes. Remember, fluency is not about perfection. It's about communication. If you can use even one chunk naturally today, you are already improving. Small steps every day lead to big results. So, practice with me, repeat often, and challenge yourself daily. That's how you will stop translating and start thinking in English automatically. Great job finishing the practice section. Amazing work, my friends. You have made it all the way here. You now understand what chunks are, you have practiced them, and you know how to stop translating word by word. But the big question is, how do you use this knowledge in real life every day? Let me give you some powerful tips. Stop writing lists of single words. Instead, write whole phrases. Don't write, coffee, drink, please. Write, can I get a coffee, please? Every time you hear a new phrase, add it to your notebook or phone. You don't always need a partner. Talk to yourself in chunks. When you wake up, time to get up. When you're hungry, I feel like eating. When you finish work, that's it for today. This builds fluency automatically. Repeat in real conversations. The more you use chunks, the faster they stick. If you learn "keep me posted," make sure you actually say it this week. Use it with a colleague, a friend, or even in a text message. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Fluency is about confidence, not perfection. Even native speakers make grammar mistakes sometimes. What matters is that you keep the conversation flowing. Make it fun. Learn chunks from movies, songs, or YouTube shows you enjoy. For example, when you watch a series, write down the exact phrases the characters use. Then repeat them. Here's a simple daily routine you can follow. Learn 3 new chunks in the morning. Repeat them 5 times during the day. Use them at least once in real life. Review them before bed. If you do this for 1 month, you will have 90 new chunks ready in your brain. That's powerful. Remember, my friends, English is not about translating every word. English is about connection. It's about speaking smoothly, naturally, with confidence. When you learn chunks, you don't just learn English, you start to think in English. And that is the secret to fluency. Thank you so much for joining me today on Everyday English Chat. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps this channel grow and helps me bring you even more lessons. And here's your challenge for today. Before you leave, write in the comments 1 chunk you learned in this video and how you will use it today. I'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, see you later.